Okay, 15. Simplify x times x to the fifth times x to the third. So we're multiplying monomials together. We want to multiply the coefficients and add the exponents. Again, the coefficients is the number in front of these variables, which all happen to be 1. So 1 times 1 times 1 is still 1. The exponent to this x, there's an imaginary 1 of the exponent. So if I add the exponents, 1 plus 5 plus 3 is 9. So it's x to the 9th. 16 says simplify 5x squared in the parentheses to the second power. So we're taking a monomial to a power on the outside. So the description is to work out the coefficient to the outside power and then multiply the exponents. So the coefficient is 5, and if I take that to the outside power, which is 2, 5 squared means 5 times 5, so it'd be 25. And then we multiply the exponent, so 2 times 2 is 4. So I get 25x to the fourth. Okay, 7. Simplify x to the 11th, y to the 6th over x to the 7th, y to the 3rd. So I want to reduce coefficients and cancel exponents. So again, the coefficients in front are 1s again, so 1 over 1 is still 1. Now this is like having 11 x's on top and 7 on the bottom. So I would be able to get rid of all 7 on the bottom, which would leave me with 4 on the top. I could get rid of all 3 y's on bottom, which leaves me with 3 on top. Now, if everything canceled on the bottom, we don't have to put a fraction anymore. So everything canceled out on the bottom, so my answer is just x to the 4th, y to the 3rd. 18. Simplify the square root of 81x to the 12th. So it's a square root of a monomial. I want to take the square root of the coefficient, divide the exponent by 2. So the square root of 81 is 9. I'm going to take this exponent here and I'm going to divide by 2. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. So it would be 9x to the 6th. Number 19, what is 12x to the 4th plus 24x to the 3rd plus 16x divided by 4x? So I'm dividing a trinomial by a monomial, so I want to divide all by the monomial, and then same as 17. So 17 says reduce coefficients, so 12 divided by 4 is 3. I can cancel out the x on the bottom, which means I can cancel out 1 on top, which leaves me with x to the 3rd, plus 24 divided by 4 is 6. Again, I can cancel out 1x on the bottom and 1 on top, which leaves me with 2, so x squared, plus 16 divided by 4 is 4. Same amount of x's on top and bottom, so they both completely go away. And I'm left with 3x to the 3rd plus 6x squared plus 4. Okay, 20 says, Mrs. Smith is 8 years more than twice the age of a son. The sum of their ages is 201. Find both of their ages. So again, I got 2, and I guess it's kind of a conflict there. It says Mrs. Smith and then his son, so we'll just say Mr. Smith is 8 years more than twice the age of his son. So I got Mr. Smith, and I got the son. So if he's twice the age and 8 years more than, his son needs to be x. Mr. Smith is going to be twice that, so 2x, and 8 years more, so plus 8. Again, it says sum of their ages is 101. Sum means I add them together. So if I take 2x plus x, that gives me 3x. There's nothing else to add to the 8, so plus 8 equals 101. So that gives me an equation, just a two-step equation that I can solve. So I would minus 8, get 3x equals 93, divide by 3, x equals 31. So it says find both of their ages. So the son is X, so the son would be 31. And Mr. Smith then would be 2 times 31, which is 62, plus 8, which is 70.